Okay, welcome back everyone. So it is the first day of an arena season and we are having a two-player arena now on Board Game Arena, so that's exciting. I will have to emerge from my little hiatus I've taken from playing on there to join the ladder. I doubt I'll be able to play enough to get first place, but hopefully I can make a respectable showing on the arena leaderboard. And today I'm going to look at a game that was sent to me by Fire Blaster, who's subscribed to the channel, and he wanted me to take a look at this game, which he described as two engines duking it out. So let's see what we have here. Um, Looking at this opening hand, I don't love what I see. The preludes are not particularly good for the strategy that we're probably going to have to go here. Galilean Mining is one of the worst preludes in the game. Society Support is right there with it. So my instinct is to do self-sufficient settlement and dome farming. I think you go Point Luna Casino. I think it's still slightly better than Inventrix. Take artificial photosynthesis, industrial center to have a tile to move around, and if an early city comes down, you could use it to increase your steel. I'm not really a fan of doing it on my own city. I know some of you might be thinking about self-sufficient settlement and then do industrial center on itself, but you're basically giving up a point for 7 cash, right? So that's a pretty rough trade. And then on top of that, you're then going to be paying 7 cash for Steel Prod, which is a fine rate for Steel Prod, but we don't really have any late game steel targets that we're looking to play right now, so the whole thing's a little dubious. If opponent put down the city, I might play this to take a point from them and start getting Steel Prod, but not on my own city. Investment loan's a no-brainer if I'm going Point Luna. We don't have any power tag, so I would probably skip Power Supply Consortium. The 2 power tag is often a very difficult requirement to get. Micro Mills is not a good card. Underground Debts is not a good card. Protected Valley is good. I would take that. And that's probably all I would take. Some of you might be seeing Underground City and thinking artificial photosynthesis. We can do these two to immediately get Steel Prod. But that's our only power. I don't really want to spend our only power on getting Steel Prod when we're already going to have a city with self-sufficient settlement and don't really have enough plants to surround it. So I would also probably skip Rover Construction. It's not a bad card. I just think it's a little too expensive for the current hand that we have with our current production. So let's see what Fire Blaster decides to go with. Oh, I almost forgot. I got to get the second column up here. There we go. Okay, so he does it a little different than I would. He keeps the underground city to go with artificial photosynthesis, but moreover, he takes Galilean Mining. So he's really going all in on space, and I'm not a huge fan of this. This is a really bad prelude, so you have to find a lot of space targets for it to be worthwhile. We get Psychophiles from Point Luna. Happy with that. Now our opponent is Valley Trust, and they do Business Empire and Metals Company, so good production for them. And then they do get an ASA and immediately find Asteroid Mining and Vesta Shipyard with business contacts thrown out of the deck. By the way, they also improved how fast these things go. Remember before it'd be 1, 2, 3. Now it's just bang, instant draws from the deck. So that's unfortunate. We took Galilean Mining wanting to have a Jovian strategy, and now our opponent is also now going a Jovian strategy and has 2 of the better Jovian production cards. So unfortunate. And then they play Asteroid Mining, and oof. I mean, we do the obvious Psychophiles play. You could consider artificial photosynthesis now. That has merit if we find Dev Center. However, you could wait on it, and that has merit if you find Mars University. I think I would say in Gen 1, I would go ahead and play the artificial photosynthesis because it will roll over to some heat, and I think that's worthwhile. Hey, look at that. It is the Dev Center. Let's go. Alright, so rewarded for going ahead and playing artificial photosynthesis. It's not all rolling over to heat. It is energy. So we'll take the Dev Center. of these cards, I think you take the Lycan. These cards are kind of too late to matter. Lycan could be an NRA target. We already have one plant tag in hand and one from Dome Farming. So if we take Lycan and find NRA, that's 4 plant prod for us. We're very happy about that. Ants is a little bit of an annoying card when you have Psychophiles, but it's not that hard to play around it. I would personally take the Fuel Generators, I think. Yeah. Would I keep Fuel Generators? I'm not convinced we're playing Underground City, so probably not. I'd probably just do Dev Center and Lycan, but let's... Yeah, that's all he does. So pretty obvious round 1, I think. We have 2 choices in front of us. We can Dev Center and start drawing cards, or we can play Protected Valley. Protected Valley is +3 production, and we can get 2 cards with it over here on the ocean spot. So to me, I would do Psychophiles, get 2 mega credits, and then I'd play Protected Valley on 2 cards. And then we'll do Dev Center next gen. Yeah, I like it. Oh, dude, the Space Hotels, 1 more Earth tag, and we are in it. Fleming on 2 Titanium, so he's looking to play the Vesta, I suppose. He plays Design Microorganisms. That's an interesting play. He's getting Plant Prod, and that doesn't really jive with a heavy Jovian strategy like he's gone so far. So to me, that implies he has a science payoff. The scary one being he has AI Central. But we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. So here Fire Blaster is playing the investment loan to be able to play the Dev Center. I'm not convinced -1 mega credit production is worth 1 card at this point. Standard Tech's a nice pickup. But yeah, I think that's wrong. I think you should wait on Dev Center 1 more turn. But, alright. Yeah, he does play Vesta, Martian Survey, and we don't really need more card draw at this moment. Okay, of these cards, they're all kind of bad. This is not the hand you really want to see. I think you gotta take Lake Marineris. That's the best card here. Is it playable this game? I don't know, but it's the one with the most upside, so you take that. It takes Mining Expedition, which I don't really agree with. I think it's a pretty weak card. And then what on earth? Okay. All the more reason why Galley and Mining can be a little unfortunate, but we're Point Luna, so we're gonna have Titanium Prod anyway. So Nuke Zone does so much for us. It's 2 production, it draws a card, we could even have it draw a second card, gets us to a different section of the map, makes Space Hotels playable. This is a 6 production card in essence. However, Asteroid Mining Consortium can hit our opponent, so it is also a 6 mega credit swing between the 2 of us. But also, we don't have any space cards to really play if we don't have the Earth tag for Space Hotels. So, myself, I would lean towards Nuke Zone. It really sucks getting hit by Asteroid Mining Consortium. AMC is a painful card, but Nuke Zone just does so much for us. I would take the guaranteed Earth tag. Okay, he takes AMC. Opponent not respecting the Lake Marineris. We at least respect it a little bit here in this player base. Moss comes back as expected. Alright, so I think you gotta take the AMC. I think you gotta take the Moss just to have some plant prod scaling. I don't believe in Mining Expedition. And I would take Lake Marineris. We have not much to do right now. Okay. He skips it. I think it's defendable, but I think I would have taken it. And yeah, the Nuke Zone getting played hurts so much to see. Alright, well, we just got a molt, so AMC rewarded for finding one of the 4 molts in the deck. Can't be too upset about that. Alright. I love Herbies, however, I think you have to take Invention Contest in this situation. Why? It's because that is a really good card for both of us. Valley Trust, however, gets a discount on it. And right now we're both kind of digging for molts, is what it looks like, and not or science tags maybe in Valley Trust's perspective. And I don't want to give him chances to find more of that. Herbivores is very good though. It is sad to pass that. Um, Physics complex maybe. I don't think any of these three are particularly amazing, but I think this has the highest. We could get into some serious trouble. Okay, GHG. It's defendable. I just think that physics complex could be a little scary. Always take nitrite reducing bacteria. Aquifer pumping is just not really a card I care about. And personally, I would skip on the GHG. I would just take invention contest. I think you could certainly argue for GHG, and it's not a bad card. It's just we're kind of poor at just 29 mega credits. I would kind of want to save my money for other things. Yeah. Acquired company. Okay. We are in business. We can play acquired company. We can get the space hotels. We can start getting some production up and drawing some cards as for Point Luna. That's a great find. Uh-oh. Opponent plays one science tag and skips. That's a little lame, dude. Come on. Unless you're about to do solar wind power into AI Central, in which case, understandable. Which is a little bit what I'm afraid is going to happen because he just played a random science tag for no real payoff. Well, power plant, that's a good card to find. Space hotels, draw another card. Arctic algae, oh baby. You guys see what I'm seeing here? Arctic algae and wife. I know it sounds crazy, but when you got 4 titanium prod and no way to spend it, I think it's okay. Physics complex and skips. Okay. That's a little that basically is screaming it, right? I have AI Central is what it's screaming. Look at his cash, 32. Perfect cash to SP power and then play AI Central. Or, yeah, I guess he gets the -2 discount. Deepwell Heating into AI Central. Yeah, that's not good. But we're liking it with Lycan because he played Deepwell. Oh, we're so rewarded for that awful Galilean mining. Ganymede colony just popped into our hand. Yeah, you don't pass the molt to the guy with 2 Jovians and 9 titanium sitting around, so we're going to take that Ganymede colony. Lava Flows is just amazing here, I think. When the guy that has AI Central has revealed it, we kind of want to have some events to help push it along because we don't have a lot of heat prod. I think you got to take Lava Flows. Yep. And then we get the card draw back. He took the large convoy, which makes a lot of sense as for Point Luna with 10 titanium sitting around. So I would take Business Network here. Yep. I would buy 3. I think I would skip on the ice cap melting because I have wife. I'm planning on playing that and starting to pump some oceans. Ice cap could still be good. I'd have kept Lake Marineris, so I'd definitely skip ice cap if I had Lake Marineris. Here you could argue keeping it, but I think it's not worth it. We're too far from planar to ever consider keeping 4 here, and our opponent is, with AI Central, most likely going to take planar from us. Let's see what we do here. Yeah, I'd buy 3. Let's see what he buys. Buys 2. He skips the Lava Flows. I think skipping Lava Flows is a pretty sizable mistake because it makes it harder for us to push to an end here. Unless there's a cash money, specific reason why we can't do it, but I don't see it. We can certainly afford to play wife, pump, and convert, so I'd do that. Opponent draws and plays Comet. Okay, well, we're sad that we lost some plants, but at least with Arctic Algae, it's only 1 plant lost. Net. Draw, get a windmills, that's fine. Opponent gets a conversion down there onto steel next to their nuke zone. Makes a little bit of sense. And quantum extractor, it's very good. Not something that we like to see. Just hope they don't have mass converter. Then we're in trouble. Okay, Predators is nice, especially if you kept the Herbies. We can play that and start eating those. Space Mirrors is definitely a skip. We're not interested at all in that. Okay, he doesn't have Mass Converter. Everyone can breathe a sigh of relief. We're okay. Okay, Shuttles could be okay. Tardigrades is kind of bad. So I think that's a mistake there. Straight up. I really think that with Tin Titanium just floating right there, you're supposed to play Water Import from Europa, you're supposed to pump, and you're supposed to convert, and you're supposed to just continue spending your Titanium to push the game pace because your opponent has AI Central, and while you're doing so, you're going to be working on getting greeneries and trying to contest Gardener, and maybe you can get 2 milestones. Here I think I would take Building Industries. Great Escarpment Consortium is also a potential first keep, and then you have like Underground City to play, which to then hit his steal. But I think that's over focusing on the card. We're not that interested in hitting his steal at this point in the game. It's Gen 6. I don't see a reason to go out of our way to develop that. What we're really looking to do is we're just looking to play our Joves as efficiently as possible, use Arctic Algae, get as many greeneries as we can, and then probably have to use Standard Tech to SP out to beat the AI Central draw. Livestock I'm not interested in keeping because we have Predators. I would like for him to take the Livestock with a large convoy, and then we can just start munching on them with the Predators personally. Okay, Building Industries is great. Kelp farming is huge. Kelp farming with wife, absolutely take the kelp farming here. Escarpment comes back. Yeah, I think that's reasonable to take now with the Building Industries keep. And Bushes comes back too. I don't think Bushes is amazing. It'd be better if we had Lava Flows, but I think I would still consider keeping 3. You know what? I didn't really think about it because we just didn't keep many. We didn't play too much last round, but we were at 12 cards. That means that if we keep all 4, we can just claim Planner. Opponent did not have the right turn order to be able to take Planner from us, so that's quite good. I think a milestone swing is worth keeping 4, but with Dev Center you could just keep 3, and then you could draw to get the 4th. But I think these 4 are good enough to keep, though you could argue skipping Escarpment and just drawing the card. But no heat control, it's Planner, I'd probably buy 4. Skips Bushes. It's defendable without Lava Flows, but I think Bushes is good enough of a card that I would keep it. A Medlab is nice, but yeah, we're just going to take Planner, I guess. Oh, Earth Catapult. Well, we definitely need to be getting out of this game now. Corporate is not the card we're looking to see. Not interested in taking -2 here. Opponent plays Tech Demo and Satellites. That's some decent prod. Yeah, for me, here's just the time that we do wife, start pumping, get conversions, work towards kelp farming. Sure, we do is Psychro and Escarpment. That's fine. Industrial Microbes getting it back though. It's a weird SF Memorial. In general, if you don't have the money to play something, you should wait on card draw. And playing it when you have 14 cards in hand, presumably you want to play some of those. So I think it's wrong to just play card draw randomly at this point in the game if you don't have the money to do anything with the card you find. Alright, we got wife down. That's good. Oh, we're hacking. Alright, I don't agree with that. I think Hackers is pretty bad in this situation. Both of you have respectable enough incomes that it's not crippling. It's Gen 6. You're losing a power. I don't like that at all. And we pump, and then we convert. Can play Moss now too, which is nice. Power plant. Yeah, we have enough money now. We could even play Med Lab for 13. Get an extra 3 prod. Yeah, that's defendable. Okay, well, we're not giving him anti-grav, so let's take that. Local heat trapping is what I assume he'll take. Then we could take Symbifungus. We don't really want to give that to him if he kept the ants previously. I mean, energy tapping's annoying, but it's not that bad. I would take the point card, probably. Breathing filters. Yep. Cut the Symbifungus. Yep. All played out basically like I thought. We don't really need to worry about energy tapping. We have windmills. We have standard tech. I'd skip on it. Anti-grav, I think, is obviously good enough to speculate on. Breathing filters, you could keep. It's a little expensive for points, but if it turns on anti-grav for you, it's defendable. So I think you can justify keeping 2 of them here. You're not keeping Symbifungus for tardigrades. That's just too bad of a VP ratio. I'm not really a fan of keeping the energy tapping. If he had 6 power for physics complex, or had a 4 power for ore processor or steelworks, then sure, I could understand energy tapping. But without those cards, I don't really see the point in taking a minus production here, just for power when we already have power floating. Yep, research outpost, so -3 alert. Our opponent has good discounts. It is very good that we found the anti-grav instead of them. And then Cupola City. Alright, well, our conversions are a little awkward now. And Mayor is being threatened. That's not good. So opening, I think you have to do wife on 2 plants, 2 cash, and then convert right here. Yes, it's unfortunate you gave him a point, but it's the last one you'll have to give for a while. You can start pumping around these areas and just grab the rebates and the plants down there. Okay, drawing into Mars University. You love to see it. If only opponent had drawn with AI Central, oh, they'd have been so happy to have seen that. So that's why, generally speaking, I would always recommend draw first before playing something like Cupola City. But, I mean, it is what it is. So, it's a good thing we found it. I would say better lucky than good in some respects. Yes, Fire Blaster, it's great that he found the Mars University. I'm not calling it, like, all luck or anything, but floating your plants like this is kind of dangerous. I don't really advocate for that model. Like, he can just play a virus on us now and we lose all of our plants. That'd be devastating. An IO mining. The 3rd Jove Molt? Well, I guess when in Rome, we don't have heat control. We're playing a degen game. Let's go. So yeah, I mean, credit where credit's due. Fire Blaster, if he had not drawn twice and had gotten the conversion line, it would have found Mars. Would have let his opponent get Mars U and IO mining. So, I mean, I can't say it's wrong if it works out. I just don't think I'd have done it. Oh, Deimos down. Yeah, so there's the flip side, of course. Boom, we just lost all of our plants immediately. So that sucks. That's really unfortunate, but we're still going to pump. We're still looking to get towards kelp farming. But I guess the question is can we afford the IO mining industries if we pump? Probably not, but I'd say I don't care. I think kelp farming is so important, I would give up on some of the money from IO mining here first. Mars U, sure, you can cycle tardigrades or something like that. Yeah, ooh, imported hydrogen's great as Point Luna. We love to see that. Opponent gets some power going. Interesting. I suppose maybe Fire Blaster is a bigger IQ than I am when it comes to thinking about the current state of the game. He could be thinking that I passed the geothermal power to my opponent who has a physics complex. So knowing that, I'm going to take the energy tapping to hit them so they can't get the 6 prod, not knowing they were about to play a Cupola City, taking away their 6 prod so that they can't do a physics complex and instead play the city. But, I mean, that is a good thought on the energy tapping, I'd say. Sells 4. Yeah. I think that's wrong. I know why you're doing it. You want to play the IO mining, but I think it's wrong because you have Mars University. That was 4 cycles you just sold. And I don't really like getting rid of cycles when we have Mars University and a clear path to Antigrav. But alright, I guess we're playing IO. Yeah, I don't like that. I think it was better to have pumped. The opponent gets a conversion that blocks us off. Like, that's one of the key things about getting that conversion there, is we'd have access to all this area. Now, we don't. We're stuck in terrible rebates, having to go around his city. We're going to have to find some other tile to get us to a better spot. But right now, it kind of sucks for us to have to convert where we're having to convert. He sells 6 cards. Oof. So, I get it. He saw that we're at 6 cards. Then he had to go to 6 cards. He had to sell because I'm saying dumb stuff. He saw us get to 7 building tags, and we didn't have the 8th one. So there's no point in thinking about, oh, we played IO, we could have, right? I don't think we had a playable building tag. I don't know. Maybe he did in one of the cards that we sold, and you guys can tell me in the comments that you're dumb for not remembering that. But yeah, it makes sense to claim. We're first player to open up in a claim. It just sucks that you have to pay 6 cards worth in order to do that. Like, oof. That's really unfortunate. Probably still worth it, but it's just so expensive. I mean, a Jove's a Jove. But also, that's a CEO's favorite project to a guy with physics complex. I'm not really inclined to like giving him that. And we kind of want to use our titanium for pumping, so are we ever playing the Jove? Moreover, we found 3 of the molts, so do we care if we give him beam? I would argue we don't care if we give him beam. We have 3 of the molts. Joves aren't a scary thing for him to play. It's scary for us to play. But I don't think we're so inclined to play that right now. So I think I would do CEO's favorite project. Yeah, towing a comet's great and all. It's a nice conversion. Blah blah blah. The thing is though, if our opponent plays towing a comet, that just gets us closer to kelp farming. I'm cool with that. So what I'm not cool of is him getting 2 points for essentially free. So I would take CEOs. Towing a comet. Defendable. I just don't agree with it. And whoa, our opponent gave us Miranda Resort? That must have been an insane card in his pack, because that's an amazing card for us. 4 production, 4 points. Yes, please. I don't know how CEOs came back. I don't think Beam was necessarily the right pick there, but it's fine. I mean, he is aware we're going a Jove strategy, so it makes some sense. Yeah, towing in Miranda, I guess. You could honestly skip towing. Honestly, you could. Towing is not that good for us when we're pumping with wife already. I think you could skip it. I would probably just do Miranda. Okay. It's okay to take. It can help us grab the 8% bonus, I suppose. But I would probably have skipped it. ICS, I mean, we're playing science, so sure, more points in hand is great. Virus, okay, that's huge that we found it and he did not. We'll be looking to play that on him immediately. He funds Landlord. That is gutsy. He's only up by 3 tiles. We have 3 production. He's got 2. Imagine if we'd been pumping some of those oceans. We'd be getting kelp farming down this generation. And suddenly that Landlord fund looks a little more suspect. And also, let's just say that we have Arctic algae. We have another 12 plants coming in. I'm really not sure about that Landlord fund. And at 8-2, that's so aggressive. But maybe he has something in hand that justifies it. But yeah, you lose your plants with virus. Thanks. Okay, he did find the mass converter, so now he's going to get the physics complex every gen. Immigration shuttles. My man is in for the long haul. playing that. I'm gonna SP cities, take up the whole map, SP greeneries, convert. He's in for the long one with immigration shuttles in Gen 8. That's really never paying off economically. Yeah, I like imported hydrogen. I don't love having to place it there, but it makes enough sense. It gets us 2 cash back, it gets us a card, and imported hydrogen draws us a card, and then we get a conversion. Security fleet, be still my heart. What a great card. Colonizer though, hello. So he risks it here. He plays the colonizer training camp. I understand the reasoning why. He's scared of losing it. The only way we lose it is if our opponent immediately plays like Steelworks or Ore Processor and then raises Oxygen. So not to say he can't do it, I just don't find it that likely. I probably would rather protect the plants. But also with 12 cash, it's a little unlikely he has anything to kill our plants because we already played Virus. There's not really much else at that price range. So it's defendable enough. And with that, we have Gardener. So I think that's a bit of a mistake from our opponent, and let's talk about that. They played the immigration shuttles. If you look at the milestones, he had 2 cities and 2 greeneries. We had 2 greeneries. That meant that a greenery needed to come down, and suddenly Gardener is claimable. Instead of playing immigration shuttles, which was 31 mega credits, he could instead do SP greenery and claim, which is also 31 mega credits. Yeah, he had titanium, whatever. The point is that it's an opportunity cost to some of these plays, and by doing this, he basically gave up 10 points for 16 cash. I think that's bad. I don't think that's a good play. I think he really should have done SP greenery, claim Gardener instead of what he did. But, I mean, that's alright. You live and you learn. Domed Crater. So, was that his plan? Try and go for Mare? Too risky when your opponent has Arctic Algae and 2 plants, I think. But he is making it way more annoying to do our conversions with that placement. So, kudos to him on that. We're playing shuttles here. I don't like that. What's shuttles doing for us? It's again stopping us from pumping. We need to get the oceans down. We need to get the kelp farming online. Extra 2 mega credits doesn't matter in the long grand scheme of things. In fact, hopefully we play the anti-grav and get our science stuff going before we even have to play the shuttles. So that's wrong to me. I don't like invention contests before we have -2 from the anti-grav, so I think this is wrong as well. Though, he keeps finding amazing cards with the draws that I think are wrong, so who am I to say that he's wrong? Ecozone's incredible for a long game. We even have know that Predators is not in our opponent's hand, so even better. Yeah, we get rid of that. Food Factory, not the card you want to have when Landlord is funded. Okay, see this is... I don't understand this. We're playing standard tech. That implies we want to do a standard project to open. But what are we looking to standard project to open? And wait, patience. You know, there could be a more important play that costs more money that we'd want to play, but now we can't because we just spent 6 on something that doesn't have a huge requirement early on. Mining area is okay. Great landlord fight. Urbanized area? Dude. Our opponent just gave it to us. You can't say no to that. Yeah, you definitely take urbanized area over these cards, which are mostly inconsequential. Decomposers with Ecozone, I think, is the clear pick. Yeah, there's mining rights, which is fun for Landlord, but it's too much points here. Adaptation tech, I think you take. There is the kelp farming that is playable with adaptation tech, also playable with towing and pumping, but it also gets us closer to anti-grav. We can do adaptation, breeding filters, anti-grav, and start working towards that. I think that's okay. Also, why have we not played the Miranda yet? Yeah, I don't really think import's good enough. I would just take these 3 cards, I think. Opponent draws and plays the mining rights, yeah. developing and protecting landlord. I get it. Solar power, not that good. Immigrant City, probably worth it with landlord, but he skips it. Again, I think with landlord you should be interested in cheap tiles like that, but I understand that we are a little on the poor side. We do still want to play kelp farming, so I do want to get that. If we can get kelp farming down, I'm satisfied with skipping Immigrant City. The physics complex turns on. Opponent is starting to get points. As you can see, we're basically tied at 55-57. Earth Office, hello. We don't have much to use it on right now, but there's at least ICS, and it draws us a card, and it's 1 mega credit production, so completely fine. Yeah, Fuel Factory's kind of garbage. Probably not going to be playing that. As much as I would like to pump, we do have perfect cash with the adaptation tech to play kelp farming. Oh, we have Psychrophiles. We should definitely be pumping then. Whatever. Beam with Thorium Asteroid. I think this is opponent maybe losing the little bit of the plot. So, what's Beam really doing for them? Are they that interested in pushing the game pace? I'm not really sure they are. However, they are losing in Plant Prod, which is kind of why that Landlord Fund was so suspect. It does kind of enable a Thermalist Fund for them, but is Thermalist really that good? Paying 14 for the award? It doesn't look like any awards are really contestable right now, so I don't know. Indentured into grass. Okay, that's good. So they are making some progress towards getting the landlord count back. So, again, we don't pump. This is just a mistake. You need to be pumping if you played Wife already. If I were opponent, I would definitely be converting between my cities here because I don't want to get hit by urbanized area. Instead, they're doing an SP city, which I don't really understand where they're going to put it. Like right here to get these rebates. Right here to get good 2-point scoring. I mean, I don't think we have enough greeneries to necessitate SP city here, so I'm a little confused. Alright, trying to set up like a whole triangle thing here, but now you've just set up so many ways to be griefed by your cities, so I'm not really a fan of that. I think you take the research, and the reason is because 2 science tags goes a long way towards fighting scientist, and scientist is pretty hotly contested. You also have Mars U, you can also draw 2 cards with it, so I would do research. Yep. These cards don't matter. I'd take Extreme Cold Fungus, but none of them matter in the least. Sure, Adapted Lichen, they don't matter. Robo Workforce, because it is a science tag. We have MedLab, we could copy it if we wanted to get really degen. It's not the worst. Alright, we're going really degen. I'm for it. Restricted Area 2. Dude, we're about to grief these cities so hard. You can now play this right here, and then wife and convert for right here, and then we can play our urbanized area here if we want to. Yeah, I mean, this is just gross. Biomass combustors, I mean, yeah, I'd say we have power needs and our opponent has plant prod and landlords funded. I'd take it. He draws and skips, that's a little suspicious. We psychros and skips. He does physics and skips. So we're stalling. It looks like opponent does not want to give us the oxygen bonus, and we don't really want to give him the oxygen bonus. However, it's going to be very difficult not to give him the oxygen bonus. We're 3 away, and without strip mine, there's really no way of taking 2 here. And I get the feeling our opponent could probably... Well, I don't know. We do have some actions. Maybe we can outstall our opponent here. We'll see. Okay, not really a fan of restricted area over there, because kind of in the middle of nowhere's land, still not having good places to convert. However, I do get it because he wants to do mining area here on Provence Mons, which is okay. It does help us with our production, but like if we're wanting to play mining area, I think I'd be more inclined to play it here between his cities, and then mining area here on steel to further grief his cities, and then you can do the urbanized area here, and he spent 25 mega credits to do essentially nothing if we start griefing his cities like that. So that's what I'd do. Farming's okay. It's good points for later on. Opponent's just drawn and he likes the card he finds. We do get the anti-grab down. I like to see that. Wave power is not very good. Sure, mining area. Why not? Noctis farming. That's a little bit of a weird play, though it does get him the plants that he needs. So that's pretty good. Plantation, okay. So that's not a bad card, especially if we got eco and deco value as well. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play deco. I like it. Phobos Space Haven. I mean, it's free, so sure. I like the urbanized area. I'd play it there. Yeah. Playing Robo Workforce to copy MedLab, I'm assuming. Yeah, 5 prod. Sure. You can get rid of wave power. I don't think it's very important. Okay. Sure. Okay, opponent raises heat, trying to stall us out. Alright. I don't like this towing a comet play that much because we're effectively giving him the O2 bonus. However, I also get it in that I don't think we're outstalling him anyway, so might as well get the 4 cash and get the conversion. But if I were to do it, I'd have done, pumping with wife first. Okay, I really don't like that conversion as much because, well, no. He has 16 plants, it's fine. We convert, he was already going to have it anyway, so it is what it is. He gets algae with that ocean. And then plays insects. Alright, so that's opponent just making a mistake. So, when the O2 bonus is contested, and you have the plants, and your opponent has the plants, please convert and take the O2 bonus. Just giving that away is just not good. So, that's a pretty major mistake. Algae and insects can wait, though it is clearer now why he funded Landlord. But algae and insects can wait. What you really need to do is you need to get that O2. So, alright, well, better lucky than good on this case for sure. I want to work my way around here and try and get as many of these rebates as I can get. So I would convert here. I would wife pump here. I would then try and work towards getting these conversions, though with 19 plants. Maybe opponent gets these as well. But in that case, whatever. They're getting points here and they're not getting them between their cities. I can live with that. Okay, now they're converting between their cities. Sure, that's fine. Again, we don't pump with the wife. I don't get it, man. Why do you play such an expensive card and then use it like once? Keep using it. It's good to use. Urbies comes down. I'm not really a fan that we sold the Predators because it sure would be nice to have Predators right now for those Urbies. But okay. Too late now. Livestock as well. So opponent has some good passive scoring going on now. Gene Repair 2. So they got a 5-point lead. Okay. Imported nitrogen is incredible. Greenhouses is amazing too, but I think you have to take imported nitrogen here. Yeah. Ocean, we don't care about stinking oceans. We've not been pumping this whole game. We're taking the Callisto. It's 5 points. Yeah. Heather, because we got the bio combo. Yep. 9x3. Yep, I like it. Okay, Thermalist is funded. I think that's a reasonable fund from the opponent. Much more reasonable than the Landlord fund, I think. Olympus Conference. Don't mind if I do. Sabotage? Sure. Can do that. Space elevator. Alright, we're going the long game here. So again, I would pump and I would convert. I really think that is the right play here. I'm not sure why we're just checking all of our cards before doing the time critical things. If our opponent has like a giant ice asteroid, I'd rather not get hit by it. Ice asteroid, okay. That's good. I like that placement there. It cuts us off. Now I'm really tempted to just slap that eco zone right there between the cities and be a little bit annoying to him. Olympus Conference, it's not a bad card. I certainly recommend playing it. I just think that our ordering is off. We should be focusing on the conversions first, then playing our cards like this. Sure, Lightning Harvest is fine. Play the research to draw the cards. Asteroid and Big Asteroid, dude. Those are incredible cards for us. Can blow up his plants, move the temperature along, get the ocean bonus. Loving it. Natural Preserve is an easy discard. Commercial District, oh baby. That can go really nicely right there. So, probably get rid of new wave power. Yeah, I'd get rid of wave power. Okay, new power, sure. Okay, opponent plays the ocean. I'm glad someone's playing oceans. Physics complex. So right now, opponent is up by 18 points. That's not good, but I think we can start to turn it around here with these space events and blowing up some of their plants. Bribe committee to draw a card for 2, sure. The Martian rails, oh baby, even more money, but not good since we're using our energy to draw with Dev Center, so we're skipping that probably. Opponent likes the card. Taking the animals. Alright, we can big asteroid now, and then we can raise heat, get the free ocean. Downside is they could convert there, but I don't think that they're going to. But I think that would be a good move in the opponent's position, because in their position, you really don't want to let your opponent grab all this O2 for free, and you don't want to let them be able to snake around down here, right? That's a bunch of rebates. So by doing an SP Greenery, yes, you might think I'm helping in the game too early. That's not good. But remember, opponent, we're going to convert here, pick up 4 plants. It gets us to 25 minus 16, so 9. That's another conversion. Boom. That's the O2 gone. So SP Greenery does not accelerate the game here. Taking the heat does accelerate the game here. So that right there, raising that heat, I think that's a pretty big mistake. And I don't like that we did not SP Greenery to block him from moving in through here. Oh, fish is nice. I do like fish. Okay, Ecozone. So I would still do it between our cities, these cities here. If you think about Commercial District, you could put it right here as well, but or you could do it up here for 4 cash. I'd probably do the 4 cash, actually, because this is a net of plus 1 point for him because we have our city here. I'd rather take the 4 cash. So, yeah, I'd put it here. He does it up there for 6 cash. It's not taking away a point, but he's probably not taking away a point anyway with all the city spaces he's got there. So if we're looking to play Commercial District, that makes enough sense, I suppose. Selling a card, wanting to see where the game goes. Trees comes down for opponent. Sure. It's good scoring. But we're getting tiles down here. So I think we're in a decent shape here. Sabotage is really good to play on the opponent. Callisto, we should absolutely wait. Do not rush that Callisto. Callisto is a bad play here. We might want to use our titanium for other things. The game is endable right now, right? Oceans are done. O2 is going to be done after we convert. We have standard tech. That means that this is just 33 mega credits net. So that means that we can end the game and maybe win because look at how we're doing right here. 9 tiles to 12 tiles. We're getting 3 conversions. 1, 2, 3. So we're tying on Landlord. It means we need to find a way to get one more tile. And Ganymede Colony is that one more tile. Plus, it is a 9-point card. So Ganymede Colony is 5 plus 9. That is 14 points. All of a sudden, it is 97 to 99, essentially. We're getting 1, 2, 3. So 100. 1, 2, 3. From the O2, 103, and 1, 2, 3, 106. Like, we're flat out winning if we do convert, Ganymede Colony, SP3 asteroids, and then whatever's left to play it. Doing Callisto might make the math a little harder now on that. Toll station looking to fund the banker, I suppose. Heather, don't play cards that don't do anything at this point. We're looking to end and win. We need to just get our conversions now. Floating these plans like this, man. These guys way braver than I am. Alright, he passed. We win. We just flat out win. Go ahead and convert. Go ahead and convert. Go ahead and convert. Heather does get us another conversion, so we're tied. We're going to be tied on Landlord. You can see it's 98 to 99. So that greenery for him is going to be 1, 2, 3, but -1, so 2 points. And our greenery is going to be 1, so it's going to be a 1-point increase for him. But we're going to be at 101, and right now, and then plus the 1 greenery 102 to his 101. So we'll win if we just SP out right now. Lightning Harvest, Commercial District, we're getting distracted. Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, it's cool, but we win. End when you are winning. There's no point in going another gen. Just end and win. Alright, well, we can still end, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sell all of these. Then SP Asteroid, SP Asteroid, SP Asteroid. We win. Yeah, we don't get to play the Ganymede Colony, but it's fine. We win. Oh, we pass! We pass and we go one more gen. I mean, to be fair, this is a stacked hand, right? It's hard to believe that this could possibly lose even if we go another gen. But opponent is getting 4 points a turn from passively. He's got the herbivores. It's just why risk it, These don't matter, but this could draw us a card. This is a point. I would take the Soil Factory because it's a point. Okay. Optimal, you came too late, my friend. I'd take the Media Group. Okay, I don't really understand the Optimal. We're not really going to be beating him on Thermalist. Looking to get a free asteroid with Optimal, perhaps? Sure. If you're going to play Optimal, GHG, Colony Ship, then sure. But I mean, opponent's just going to take 2 heat now, right? Like, why not? I'm just going to take 2 heat and yeah, you get 1, but so what? Not worth taking Optimal, in my opinion. Drawing cards, yeah, none of those are worth it. When TR is on the line, you generally want to be taking that first before drawing cards, because each one of these is a 2-point swing. So that was a 4-point swing that just occurred here. Opponent should just take heat. He does not. He does AI Central. Sponsors, I mean, yeah, not really worth it. Insulation, not really able to swing any sort of banker, but banker can't be funded. Banker is incredibly close. Scientist is incredibly close. Miner is also incredibly close. None of these can really be funded right now. So really whoever stalls out here is going to have a massive advantage. Large convoy, wow, alright, so he did keep it. That's 6 points coming in for him. That's incredible. Does mean Miner could be funded, though. GIA, well, a little late there, buddy. If we can blow up his plants, it still might be worth it to play. Raising heat, yeah. I'd play the GIA. It looks like we can afford it. It kills the greenery of his, helping keep us closer on Landlord, and it's a 4-point swing because opponent already has the stuff. I'd do it. Alright, well they raised the heat, so much for that. So, I guess we're just gonna play our point cards, and it looks like we have more than enough cash, so we should probably do SP City and then convert for like 6 cash or convert on the card, one of the two. Okay, there's no like rush on imported nitrogen. I'd wait. Soletta to try and steal Thermalist. Don't think that's happening, so no. Protected habitats, yeah, sure. Okay, Mangrove's a fantastic card for the opponent. It's good scoring. Helping keep ahead on Landlord. We get the Ganymede Colony down now. Now we're up 18 points, so yeah. Like I said, it's hard to believe that we could lose this game with all the points we have in hand. But Noctis City, okay, that's really good. Scoring between the cities, yeah. The greenhouses, insane value. Yeah, we knew he had that. Okay, that Noctis City's looking pretty good. We're just selling cards because we don't have anything really useful to do in our hand. He's scoring points. Yeah, SP to City. Down there is okay. I'd do there for more cash back, but it is a point right here, so I'm not going to say it's wrong per se. Just not quite how I do it. Converting for steel, sure. Maybe looking to fund miner. Looking to fund miner makes sense because opponent only has 8 minerals. We're at 10 plus 5, 15. Yeah. Opponent can't really fund scientist, can't really fund miner, can't really fund banker. So I think opponent should just not do that. Or opponent will fund banker. That is incredibly risky. You just spent 20 mega credits on an award that you're winning by 1 mega credit? Dude, come on now. Also note, right now Thermalist is flipped in the score tracker because we've got 4 heat, he's got 1, but it'll flip back. So really he's still up by 5 points, but not after that banker fund. That's pretty bad. That rad suit's looking pretty relevant. SP City and rad suits, and you got banker swung to you. TG, so he did find a Jovian molt, so that's a great point score. Rad Kim too, nice. But he's out of cards. He plays the Soil Factory for 1 point. Still is perfect to get 2 greeneries. We SP a city here and play the greenery between our cities, and then that is perfect cash to do the rad suits. So convert. And the opponent gets 2 conversions. Gets 2 conversions there. Final score is 139 to 134. So let's think about what was possible, right? If opponent lost the landlord fund and they lost the banker fund. If opponent had not funded banker and instead had SPD greenery, then they win, right? They get 2 points here, plus 5 points for tying up on landlord. Likewise, obviously we could have not done this city and funded instead, and that'd have been, effectively a 3-point swing. So it'd be plus 2 points for us. But, their play here of spending 20 to give us 5 points, they'd spent 23 on 2 points and tying up Landlord, so +5, then that's a 7-point play for them. So I think they just win. Likewise, if they'd done the SP Greenery on the Gardener for taking that, I think that's a win. Likewise, if we had just done the SP Asteroids in Gen 11, we just win without this drama, right? I think this goes to show that you need to be very careful about awards, and Hail Marys when the game is this close, they're not needed. Don't risk them. Just say, all right, he's got the fund, and I don't think there's really anything I can do about it when the game is this close. Now, if the game is a pretty far gap, sure, lob the Hail Mary. But here, I don't think it was necessary. And that was definitely two engines battling it out, and way closer than it is. So for Fire Blaster, in general, I thought your drafts were fine. I just would very much caution you to value some of the events like Lava Flows a little bit more, and definitely end when you're winning. Don't go one more gen. And Mr. BBBB, you played pretty well. I think there were some key mistakes. The first one being immigration shuttles instead of SP Greenery and Claim Gardener, and the other one being funding Banker for 20 like you did. I think the Landlord was also a little too aggressive, but hey, who has not done a too aggressive Landlord and been punished for it? So I'm not going to throw much criticism at that play. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to playing some of these arena games here on BGA, and I'll see you guys next time.